Welcome back to La Vida Podcast. Today we are in Long Beach. Mikey,
What's up,
brother,
brother?
thank you for having me in your business. Highly
Definitely,
appreciate you, brother.
definitely, man.
Can you be kind to introduce yourself to the viewers? Let them know who
Right
you are,
on.
please.
My name is Mikey, aka Mikey Loco, from Dirtbags, California.
That's right, Mikey. Thank you for having us again. So tell me, Mikey, how was growing up? How was your youth out here?
Uh, it, it's it's been a lovely story from my childhood till now, bro. It's just like I look at things as a positive perspective, and I felt like everything was meant. So it's like I would never replay my childhood to even to my adulthood. Everything's been amazing, bro. And growing up, raised in Long Beach, North Long Beach to be exact, and have the shop in North Long Beach as well. Went to high school right down the block from here. Went to pretty much juvenile halls right down the block from here. But he got on the right path and figured out in my teens, that motorcycles was a passion of mine, and eventually just went all in and started my grind.
At what age you started noticing that this is for Mikey right here? This is my
Yeah.
route.
At a young age, I was seeing my older brothers. They were interested in the street bikes. Well, my oldest brother's street bikes, and
Mhm.
then my other brother started driving. Started riding Harleys, and I took it. At a young kid, seeing these TV shows and biker boys, and then you start seeing West Coast West Coast choppers, and then Orange County chopper, all this stuff on TV. I was like influenced from the TV, the era, and then the big bro pulling up on a Harley. It was just like I was blown away by it. I wanted to live that lifestyle, man. I I was drawn to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was before doing the bike scene? What was your work? Doing anything else?
Yeah, so I did electrical since a teen. I worked for the LA Unified School District. I hustled a lot myself.
Hmm.
Doing my own business, and it led to an opportunity to take the motorcycle thing full time, and I just went for it.
You're like, this is it. This
Yeah,
is this is
definitely.
Mike's world right there.
Yeah, man. I was doing a full time job with electrical, and then I ended up getting a opportunity to work with Freedom Performance, doing some of their electrical and their Harley shop. They do performance parts and exhaust, and we did some trade work,
Hmm.
and then from there we ended up getting an opportunity to help them out and work with them. And I was already building motorcycles in my garage, and they showed me the professional side of how to run a business, how to market, how to advertise, how to set up at shows, how to talk to customers, how to make the sale. So running my own business as an electrician showed
Hmm.
me, the hustle, and then Freedom Performance showed me how to perfect it.
Interesting.
And then I took that street hustle and what I learned, growing up, and then I ended up, you know, taking their professional aspect on things and how they moved and put it together and starting my shop.
That right. Creating something out of nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yep.
So that's great. That's great. At what stage you're like, I'm gonna start doing custom-made motorcycles? What
It
what
was
what got you to that point?
it was because I started building my own bikes. I couldn't afford for anybody to, really. I couldn't drop it off anywhere and be like, "Hey, I want this done," So I was just tinkering in the garage, and then went from the garage to, getting help by other people when I started like going to the next level and building. Um, some OGs that helped me out. Was one of the guys that was in Watts. He was
Okay.
out there. His name was Nooney. He had just got out, and he was already working on bikes and
Hmm.
out fresh out, and I needed some help on the finishing off the bike. I was young, bro, and
Yeah.
he was an OG, and he was from the Choppers uh, motorcycle club,
Hmm.
and he showed me how to do it, and not every single thing, but a lot to keep me motivated to keep doing, because I was running into walls. I didn't know exactly how to build these things from ground up. I
I
knew how to
got you.
change a tire, I knew how to put handlebars on, but not in depth of the motor and everything. I wouldn't. This is school of hard knocks, bro. This was like in the hood
Yeah.
learning. It was nuts, but it was cool that he took the time and allowed me to shadow him while he built my engine and put together my primary, and then helped me out here. So it was cool that he took the time. And then other people, that I would run into in the industry, they were cool, and they would, instead of like gatekeeping their knowledge, they would share it with me. So I was just, they were probably just thinking like, oh, I just told them like something small, but I was downloading that. I was like, oh, this is how you do it, never forgetting again. And the next thing, another dude named Mac, he would come through, he showed me, that bartering. I got this, I know you need it. Like, take this, and when I need something, I'll let you know. And he'll, hey, how do you do this? And he'll tell me. So it's like everybody was, that's luckily a lot of the people that I would run into when I
Mhm.
was growing up, they were showing me the ways and their, how they did it. And I was just, bro, soaking it in like a sponge everywhere I got.
So you had mentors from everywhere.
Everywhere, bro. Freedom Performance. There was a guy named Ben Franklin, OG. He made a lot of money and he made his own company and he was just retired chilling at the house. Um, and he went to go help this company out and they teamed me up with this old man, dude. And I was like, man, I'm gonna be bored with this guy. Next thing you know, we're buddies,
Wow.
we're like flying all over the United States and doing shows and he would cuss like a sailor and then say these wild jokes in front of everybody, embarrass me. But he was very knowledgeable. He knew his sales. He knew how to like set up at shows. He knew how to like look at a map of a show and take the traffic of where the entrance comes in, where people are going to be walking through
Oh, wow.
forced to walk through, where you're going to get the most foot traffic. So I'm learning all these things, and I just took that and used everything I knew to build this brand, bro. And it was
God.
just like it was like a snowball, it's like going down the hill, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And to this day, we're still growing the brand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop and keep going.
Making the best out of it at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
definitely. All lessons learned.
What are your thoughts between when you started doing mechanic and custom made bikes to what it is today? What has changed between that process?
Just the team, bro. Like the team. Like I realized I'm not gonna ever be a one man show and take this to the top by myself.
Hmm.
We built teams. We even built other businesses to collab with the brand. A lot's changed, bro. There's so much that's changed. From a little hole in the wall shop to what it is now. To all. And I used to outsource a lot of things. I used to go to different people, and we do everything under one roof. Um, the brand's grown from just, the smaller builds to one-off crazy builds, working directly with Harley Davidson, and
That's dope.
and it's been just a dream come true, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, a dream come true.
From where you started when you were in your teens to what it is today.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. It's just I couldn't even think that it would get this big,
Was that your vision or you
Yeah,
just you
like
went with the flow?
I wanted to be known as building bikes,
Yeah.
but like I didn't think it was gonna get to, I'm not saying I'm known all over the world, but like a lot of people like recognize my work and I'm grateful for that, for people to like what I build, and for it to, I didn't really build for other people's, approval, but
Hmm.
it was mainly like what I like to build and what I do and I'm gonna feel like doing it. And just a lot of people dig it and a lot of people support and it's insane. Like the support base that I have is like all worldwide.
That's
It's
dope.
insane.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that part. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, bro.
Because
Thank you.
this is like we said in the beginning, it's nothing that you started with nothing. Now this is what you have today, a well-known brand.
Yeah.
Created with a dream, and shit, it's flying.
Yeah,
It's
it's nuts,
flying. You know
bro.
what I mean? And sometimes we don't give enough credit to what we do because we
Yeah.
get stuck with environment and working in advertisement, like we said. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
overall, congratulations. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, brother. I appreciate
I
it,
feel
man.
that now you have a lot of workers for you that
Yeah.
they.
We have a great team here. It's like they're family. They're even though we bump our heads sometimes. It's I got their back to the fullest. We have like Eddie. He's been working with the brand and helping me build the brand since it started, and he's the main guy on the bikes. And then
Mhm.
we have Spike. He's our main fabricator. He's pretty much you tell him what we need and he'll make it happen. And then the list goes on. We have Diana. She does all of our foundation stuff, all Dirtbags foundation stuff, and on the back end, taking care of it, blowing that up onto a whole nother level. Then we have Ozzy in the back. He gets down on paint. He just came over here, just sweeping the floors, and now he's one of our main painters. We
That's
have
dope.
Jesse that's been here 15 years, man. Like couldn't have done it without him. Just laying down art on these bikes, a whole nother level of painter, and I learned so much working together with him. And it's we got Alpha that does all of our recording and editing, and like he gets down. I've known him since l- little youngin, bro, and
Mhm.
I see him with his own business now and his own warehouse, and it's just everybody's growing around me. It's amazing to be the one that kind of kickstarted it all, but definitely not keeping it running. You know,
Yes,
it's
sir.
big team effort over here. So I appreciate my team. I appreciate everybody that works right here because it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It's a headache, and and I could have just got a job and probably made more money, but I felt like running something with a passion is it's priceless.
That part.
Yeah.
This is your name. You created this, baby.
Yeah. And yeah, to have the team that helps me put together on a daily and really put it down and hold it down, it's like again, man, it's just a dream come true, definitely.
That part.
As far as motorcycles from when you started
Mhm.
years ago to the way they are now, from the build game, how has it changed? Like, what do you see that's different
Yeah.
from?
Mhm.
Yeah, like I see like since I started till now, like when I entered the game, there was big wheel baggers already there. I
Mhm.
think to just be honest, like the big wheel baggers is what draw into what I liked the most when I first like I was young. Like I wanted a road glide with a 26 in the front. No one even had that kind of shit around here. Like think it's funny, I was pulling up to bike nights. I had like a stock bike with a 26 in the front and some ape hangers, and it it's like it's cool to see that people still desire that. It's not like the most like looked sought after
Yeah.
bike, but I still do it, and I do it with a passion. I make sure they look good, but they changed over a lot to like more of like this performance sportier looking bikes that I dig. I like them too. Like I see like the V class scene.
Mhm.
It's been holding it down the same, bro. And it's like I have my twist on it. I don't I don't just stick to one
Okay.
type of bike. I'm all over the map. You'll see a V class style one day. You'll see a '90s performance bike this day. You'll see a turbo crazy ass new road glide one day. A big wheel the next day. So I don't really try to just fit into one box and say
Okay.
this is what I do, So if someone has something that they want to build, or if I feel like doing it one day, I just go with the flow, and I try to like make every single bike unique. I have to. They're all like different. If you walk through my shop, you'll see just different styles of motorcycles. Even like you'll see the same kind of bike, like big wheel, fancy draped out, but the bikes won't look the same, but they'll have that same style. But the next bike you walk past is going to be a V-Class, sporty. Like the list just goes on. I just try to hit all angles.
How many well-known artists or sport individuals have reached out to you for custom-made bikes?
A lot, bro. It's been crazy. When we did like the collab with the Mayans TV show, I
Mhm.
was like blown away. Like one of my personal bikes was on the show, and I think we built 5 motorcycles through that collaboration, and it was cool to see the bike on the big screen. Um, that was like the well known. We're working with somebody right now that I can't say, but the collaboration is coming, and I could just say World Cup,
That
but
part.
it's big, bro. And I'm blown away that I have this opportunity coming up, and I think this is going to be the biggest one and blow away everybody when I announce it. But at the moment, I can't yet. But it's just been getting bigger and bigger with the collaborations. I worked on all kinds of celebrities, motorcycles, been to the house. Just it opened up so many doors. The motorcycle, industry was just like it's crazy how many connections I have now.
That's great. That's great.
From all the builders that when we were coming up, which is the one that like you're like, oh fuck, like, it has big influence coming
All
up,
right.
coming up.
Yeah. The like I looked up to a lot of people, and I felt like being in Long Beach, I looked up to certain people, and then like as you get older, you kind of like, you know, you like their work, but you don't like the person. You know what I mean? Like it kind of sucks. So I have to I make sure that like I'm like, damn, like I don't even like I don't want to switch up after I get known or anything
Yes,
like
sir.
that. I've been the same dude. You can still walk up to me. I'll answer the phone at Dirtbags.
That's
I'll
dope.
try to help you out as much as I can. You could walk in and I'll say what's up. Um, but like being in Long Beach, Jesse James held it down for the city for a certain amount of time, and I always gave him credit for that because I drawn to his bikes.
Mhm.
Even though he's a cocky ass dude and acts like a sob, like I still got to give credit where credit is due.
That part.
So that, him, Matt Hodge was like somebody. His one of his builds, he built this Road King. It had like I think like a 30 or a 32 in the front. Like one of my most favorite builds of all times. Like I look at that bike and want it myself. Like his work influenced a lot of my work too. You know, Dirty Bird, even though I don't like the guy because he's a dickhead, I give him credit where credit is due because his work influenced me. He has badass work and I gotta again give credit where credit is due. He influenced a lot of my builds. Um, yeah, those three were the top three people that I seen their work and was blown away by it and would kind of study it, like see how they did things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due, even though the person is not the nicest or the most liked.
So let's say if I come to you and would like to get a custom made bike, how's the process for
It's like
someone?
I look at it as like a relationship. If I really want a relationship with that person,
Hmm.
it's like a lot of my customers we become friends, and I prefer that. I prefer them to be able to call me and us be get along instead of like us go just do a transaction, like because it requires a long period of time. I'm not gonna just pump a bike out and be all super fast with it. It's just like that never happens. It's always like a big ass process, and the guy's gonna be working with me for months, probably even years, depending on when they throw a bike at me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to get to know him first and kind of tell him how it is. I tell him that it's not gonna be like this like walk in the park where it's like, hey, drop off your bike and I'm gonna have it to you. It's like, now it's gonna be like a roller coaster of me getting it done and then I'm building 20 other bikes at the same time. So, I know that they don't like not all customers understand the process, but I try to explain to them like, hey, I'm gonna work on your bike till I run to a speed bump
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna jump on another one. And sometimes your bike's gonna get thrown in the back till we iron that out and then it get the ball rolling. So back to like the original question, it's like it's a big process, and I would like to meet the person, and talk to him, hang out here, get to know him just a little bit to see
Get
if I
ideas?
want to start
Oh, okay.
that relationship with them.
Oh, interesting.
Like because I worked with people in the past and it's just a nightmare, and I'm like, it's not worth it. They take the fun out of it, and it's like I get it because they don't know the process, and a lot of people just want their stuff now. Like I would want my bike done now if I
Hmm.
brought it to somewhere. So it's not the person. It's just like I want them to understand it. I want to make sure that we get along and our personalities mix, and they would basically from there we go over everything that they want to, what they want to do, what their dream bike is, because a lot of times they're just doing this once and they're not going to do it again.
They're throwing them more.
Like I want to make sure that I hit all angles, that I make them happy, that the wait time that they waited for this bike is worth it, and that a lot of 99% of the time, by the time I'm done with the bike and I give it to them, they're not going, yeah, you took a long time, or like, or it was expensive. It's like, damn, I love it. That's what I want, and so it's kind of hard when, like you have to tell them like, hey, this is just the estimate build
Hmm.
and this is the estimated time. It's gonna most likely take longer and it's most likely gonna cost more. Like, so I'm upfront about that, so if they're like precise on a certain number that they don't want to spend prior past that, then we have to pretty much develop the bike before we start it.
Oh, interesting.
And then that's gonna kind of like that's gonna like put your bike in a box.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the bikes I'm down to do them. I'm not gonna say that I won't take the money for like a smaller build. I'm down to work with anybody.
Hmm.
It's just that I would prefer to start a relationship, build, a friendship, and then start this process. So back to the original question again, I really just want to know the person, and then from there, and we're cool, and we start hitting it off, man. Like, I'm like, come down, let's hang out. Come out. I'll separate some time in my day. We'll come out, hang out for a couple hours. We'll sit down. We'll go over everything. Then I start going into depth with the bike, and then start reading their mind on how they want it, and then start giving them different options, and we'll dial the bike in. And
Okay.
then from there, it's going to put you basically like on a payment plan I'm gonna say, hey, it's gonna take this amount of months, and this is this is where we're estimated at. It's gonna take a down payment and a series of payments all the way through, and I'll still leave a chunk at the very end to make sure that they're 100% satisfied with the bike before they pay it off. So it's
It's a process.
it's a definitely a process, and it's not like every day I have somebody walking in here for a build, but when we do, we want to make sure that we're gonna we're both gonna be happy about the end of the build. I don't want no one twisting my arm all the way through because we're gonna be cutting corners to
Yeah.
get this bike done, and I don't want to do that. And then a lot of the times my customers are repeat customers. I know what they like. Hey, I want another one, and let's get it. So a lot of times we're always working on bikes. It's not like we have a list of motorcycles that we got to build, and it's always busy. So it's like when someone comes in, they're like, "Yeah, I want a full build." I'm like, "All right, well,
What's a full build?
full build is just like from frame up all the way, full custom one-off build. These custom things that we have right here, all the way completely done up,
You take them wholly apart and
all
then
completely apart. Yeah,
redo them again,
yeah,
new parts.
frame up. Yeah, so we'll do the whole thing. When they come in here, they want that. That's why it's like I have to make sure that we're meant for each other before like
No, I understand.
it's like
I understand.
yeah, when they're like when they're calling me and they want to get a bill, I'm like, just come in, bro. Like, let's just talk, let's hang out, let's I want to make sure that we get along good.
Yeah. Make sure you
Yeah,
guys
so
are compatible
yeah,
at the end of the day.
100%. Yeah, it's
What's the
like
time frame when would, let's say, an average build?
an
What is your
average
time
build.
frame?
I just tell everybody a year. Like I'm not gonna act like I can just bust a bike out in no time. We're building so many bikes, so and I just tell them, hey, it's gonna be a year. Probably even more. And it's just it is what it is on a timeline. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and act like I'm gonna just rapidly build your
Yeah, of
motorcycle.
course.
So
This comes with motor,
everything.
paint,
Yeah,
bars,
everything.
suspension,
Complete whole build.
all of the above.
Yeah, full motorcycle build. Um, it's best too, like when they come in here with the mindset of, hey, I'm just gonna do everything instead of us like going backwards too, because
Hmm.
once they go backwards in the build, then we have to stop everything that we're at and then hit the brakes and then go back. Like right now, we're doing a full Fat Boy build. In the beginning, the guy just wanted paint and some wheels, and then now I want the motor done, and then from the motor he sees a bike in here, it's a full polished out bike and the whole casing and everything. He's like, oh, I want that too. I'm like, damn, bro, we just built this motor. We got to just pull it apart now. And he's like, that's what I want. So I'm like, it's cool. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's that right there is going to exceed the timeline now. So any type of change order exceeds the timeline. You're asking for, anytime you change anything up, it's going to take a while to stop the whole process, go start that or get whatever we need to order the parts or start building the parts. So I just tell everybody a year. And a
You
lot of
could-
time they don't want to wait that. So
yeah, I
I cut
understand.
myself short on some customers, but I'd rather just give them a long ass timeline and let me do what I want to do.
Yeah, correct.
I'm not rushing anything.
How's Mikey deals with regrets and disappointments?
I don't want anybody to regret anything when they come through here, or disappoint anybody. If I disappoint somebody, bro, that shit, I let myself down. The whole team let them down. Like, so we make sure when we pump out something that it's A1 and that we put our heart and soul into it. Um, that's why I'll prefer to take the time.
Hmm.
And sometimes I'll lose money on the build because I took so damn long and I messed up or I didn't like something and we had to redo something, and you know, it happens. So I would prefer to lose the money and the bike come out badass. Like I don't want to, but I would want the bike to be A1 when it comes out here. I want it to come and hit a show and be like, oh, it's a dirtbag build. It's
You want
top
to be proud
notch.
of the outcome.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a lot of our bikes, they're like people see them out there. I love when they see them in person because then they get to try to nitpick it.
Hmm.
I go for it. I see people at the show, they're on their knees, like looking through it. I'm like, yeah, go for it. You want a flashlight? My team makes sure that we're on top of each other to make it
Good.
perfection. We have Eddie will nitpick me if I try to hit any corner. Like, oh, hey, the transmission bolts are really, look at it. You can't really see it, but he'll point it out. We got to change this. Or he'll order them and be like,
Yeah.
hey, we have them here. Our buddy, my buddy, the Jesse, the painter, he was like, he's on it, bro. He makes sure everything's lined up. We have to test fit the body. If we don't test fit it properly, do everything,
Mhm.
and then give it to him, and he sprays it, and he has to redo a part, bro, he's gonna get what's hell. So it's like we just take the proper steps, and do it once, take our time, and do it right, and knock it out right. And if it's not done right, and we still did all them steps, and we don't like it, we're gonna do that
Do it
shit
all
again.
over. Have you ever
Yeah,
encountered that before? Like,
yeah, bro. Yeah, we done a lot of stuff over. We like built crazy motorcycles and like the frame don't match because we sprayed at different times. So like that's a kick in the balls, Like we had to bust the whole bike down, repaint the frame. That's like I think that's the worst that ever happened, where the frame wasn't matching, and it was like, damn man, like we know it's bugging us. Let's just get it done,
yeah,
So like stuff happened like that before. It's just lesson learned. Now we know what to do. We mix enough paint to spray the whole bike now.
yes, sir.
Don't make your own batch of paint and spray the frame and then try to make it again. But it's just again all lessons learned. Don't do that. So us taking everything into under one roof, it really allowed us to 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 utilize each other to not make mistakes, and I'm able to see every step of the way, so I catch the error way before, it ends up built on the bike. So we work together is great, man.
That's great. It's a team effort at the
Yeah,
end of the
team
day.
effort. But yeah,
You know what I mean?
we had to redo things a lot, man. Redo a lot of stuff and just
Where's
get into the
Mikey?
swing.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I want the brand to still continue to grow, but what we're doing right now is we're doing like a lot of youth engagement with formerly incarcerated, youth that are coming out. They got, themselves into trouble at a young age, and then they are at a point where they're getting out or turning adults instead of going to prison or doing the remaining of their time, they're getting into our custody. So I teamed up with um, a good buddy of mine. I call him family. He's my bro. His name's Oscar, and he just got out. He did 10 year stretch, and he came out with a mindset to help the youth get on the right path. So we involved each other. I have some properties, and we built a full on property to house all these students that are coming out of the jail. So they're on probation. We're working directly with probation, and they're staying with us, bro.
So
We're
this is
taking
like a highway home, and they work.
basically, yeah.
You
So
teach them how to do a job
yeah,
or
so
build a motorcycle.
we're showing them one how to come out, how to be grateful,
Fucking
how to
hey.
respect, how to keep your head up, chin up, chest out, and I tell them prior to them even getting into our facility, like it's not going to be a walk in the park. This is not rainbows. This is for growth.
Hmm.
So come in here with that mindset, or don't come at all. Leave this bed open for someone that wants
Hmm.
growth. So they're housed there 24/7 surveillance. You know what I mean? A lot of them are on ankle monitors, but they're getting them off, and they're staying positive, staying on the right path. They come here Monday through Friday and they learn different traits: welding, fabrication, body work, paint, mechanical skills, the printing on apparel, all the stuff that they do. These are all printed by them, and
Fucking hey.
they learn how to work the website, inventory, import exports, like real life job training. Me as a boss, so I'm just on them, jamming them up. They don't like how I talk to them. Like, what do you expect's going to happen at your next job?
Yeah,
They're not going to sugarcoat nothing
of
for you.
course.
They're going to be on your ass. They're going to want you to be here on time and leave your problems at the door. So I'll get this mindset going for them so they could succeed in life. Because obviously they went down the wrong path. They're missing that link that led them, where they didn't make that right turn and they made a left and boom, in jail. Now they're, life's hitting them. They're adult now. What to do? 19, 20. They've been locked up their whole, their teens, and so like we're making a path for them, and like in a home. So we have it's called a welcome home.
Hmm.
They come down here, and straight from the courts or from their facility, they're getting picked up straight to us, and they stay with us, bro. So, um, um, me and my bro, we're growing that brand right now. So like we used to pump out motorcycles all the time, but right now I'm really really like dialed into perfecting this and growing it. So we're already on house 2. We filled up house 1. Um, we're working with a place called JCOD. They're focusing on formerly incarcerated youth and
Mhm.
adults, and they hooked us up with the right people. We got a pre-apprenticeship from state pre-apprenticeship, and we have a full curriculum that we worked with Cal State Long Beach, and they're coming in here. They're learning the curriculum. We're starting this 12-week program. We have 4 semesters. They're helping. They go through that, and then the ones in the household, they actually help me run it.
Wow.
And then we're having these like teens and adults coming from all over the place trying going through our curriculum. So I want to grow that and perfect that, but then I'm not going to slow down on the brand, so I see that in my 5 years is going to be that's my goal, to blow this thing up and take care of the next generation, get them on the right path, and then we started up a pizzeria downtown Long Beach called Dirty Pepperoni. And we're gonna work with the youth to get into that too. Job training, get them, real life experience. Let me get some water real quick, bro.
Yeah.
While we were dying. All right, I'm back. Shit, dying over there.
You're good.
Yeah, so we started Dirty Pepperoni. It's a pizzeria downtown Long Beach, and it just we're gonna be working with the youth right there as well. Get them some job training, and experience with the public instead of
Okay.
like being here. They're constantly just over with my team or with me on top of them. So right there, they get a little bit more freedom. They get to work directly with the public, work on communication skills, work on their temper. Don't bring that shit to your work
Correct.
environment. Leave it outside. Don't wear it on your face. Come with respect. Be grateful to be in this position.
That part.
How to treat somebody else and how to work with individual that's not so easy to work with. So we're getting just prepared for life, and the pizzeria is just another gateway. And I have a good friend of mine's running that. Teamed up with another good friend, Lev and Todd, amazing people, um, family to me now, and we're gonna be growing that too. So these companies are just pretty much the umbrella of dirt bags, and where it came from, where we all started from. We're just using the platform, we're using my knowledge, and going a positive route and using it as far as we can get.
Fucking A, Mikey.
Yeah, it's a 5 year
You get any
journey.
rest, any sleep, man? You're
Nah,
everywhere,
bro.
brother.
Yeah, I've been for like the the last like 7 months. I was living in the office right here because the last my facility that I gave to the youth was
Hmm.
my house. It
Your
was
own
my
home.
actual home that I had purchased for myself and and this opportunity came, and we weren't ready for it, and we took it on, and I moved into the shop, and it's definitely like a struggle to live inside of the shop, inside of an office, and I was I was like, it's temporary. I know it's temporary, so I just chin up, chest out when you got to, and
That's a drastic change. What made you go that route? Take those decisions and help the youth for
yeah,
that. You're already
yeah,
running a business, a
yeah,
successful business.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Just I've been working with the youth since 2017, but
Okay.
on a very, very small scale,
Okay.
and I started doing like with my bro Oscar. He was like, hey, can you just stop by and motivate these guys, can and this it's crazy how it happened. Like, he was like, just stop by, talk to this youth. They're not like formerly incarcerated, there's kids,
Hmm.
and he's like, can I bring them by the shop? So I was working with them like once a month, and he was like, hey, they're all graduating through my cohort, like, can you come talk to them? And I'm like, yeah, I have like a little bit of time, but I'll stop by, bro. So I stopped by on their graduation one time, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like looking at the time, like, damn, I gotta go. I'm moving, I'm opening up the pizzeria, and he's like, I'm seeing them like all giving out all of the, getting ready to give out all the certificates from the cohort. And these kids are like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, max 17,
Sheesh.
kids, but they're all in the hood from Long Beach.
Yeah.
They have, like, and he goes to him. He's like, "Hey, like, what was the best part of the whole cohort?" And their families are, and they're all like, they're just like dirt bags, dirt bags, dirt bags. And I was like, I'm tough on them, bro. They come over here, and I'm like, put your cell phone in your pocket, don't pull it out, don't talk when I'm talking. I'm jamming them up,
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't interrupt me. Like, I'm taking my time out of my day. Don't touch nothing, like super strict, bro. And I'm thinking they're like thinking I'm an a hole, but they loved it, bro. And I'm like, I see them all like, hey, like, I like dirt bags. I like going over there, and I'm like, damn, I kind of touched by it, So
That's dope.
it was like I kept helping them out. I go and I would give them little speeches, and then next you know it, the lady from JCOD,
Mhm.
judge, she ended up hearing like what we had going on a little bit, and kind of came toward and started, investing her time and to get this whole cohort going here with the students and get this, get us on the right path to get the proper certs, the pre-apprenticeship stuff. And from there, he's like, hits me up again, like, hey, like, we have another opportunity to show, the courts what we're doing with probation. I think this would be a good move. We can use the curriculum that we're going to have already, and then show these kids that are coming out. And we're at Dirtbags doing good, and we're at a stage where we can invest our time in a little bit in other areas, especially being blessed. Like I feel like just the opportunity was right there, and he told me like, hey, like, just give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And we did a tour for all the DA, for the prosecuting like judges, for you know probation, all this crazy, like all these big wigs came in
They
here,
came
bro.
here to your
Yeah,
business.
they came here and we toured the business. Like, hey, we got this curriculum going. We want to get them in it. Like, hey, like, so you guys can support what we have going on. That would be cool. Like, bring us your kids and we'll do this. I'm down to do this for a couple of days out
Mhm.
of the week, but I'm not gonna take it completely over. So they were cool. They wanted support, and this lady came up to me and she was like, "Hey, I got this kid. Like, I understand you guys have a facility that you guys have for them to live. Like, let's work something out. Let's get this kid in there." And I'm like, I'm nowhere ready to do any of this. I was just trying to get my curriculum really going.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to give up my house and everything if we pull this trigger. And I'm like, and they're like, "What's the kid's name?" And they're like, "Jesus." And I'm like, "Damn, bro, like it's nuts, And I'm like, and they're like, "Can he come in?" I'm like, "When is he gonna come?" They're like, "Monday." And I'm like, "What? Like, what? The court's gonna allow this to happen?" Like, and I wake up one morning and I'm just like, "Hey, man, like, it's that time to go through the struggle again. I've been through it, like, and I felt like I was comfortable. If I'm comfortable enough to wake up in my house and drink a cup of coffee on my couch and relax with a waterfall going, I'm too
Mhm.
comfortable, bro." And I just felt like, took my sip of coffee, let that caffeine hit me, and made a phone call. I was like, "Hey, bro, I just like, let's just do it. Let's just figure it out. Like, we're gonna have to hire a whole staff. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to just start a whole other company. Like, we talked about it. Like, let's just do it."
Okay.
And boom, bro, that it just starts. And the next you know it, we get a call, "Hey, like, can we take another tour?" We take another tour, and then students start coming. Probation start releasing students to us, and it just started blowing up, bro. And it's just like house full. We need another house. So I'm just like, it happened so fast, bro. And like, I'm living in the shop, I'm living in the shop. I have like damn little ass shower up there, living in a little bed, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, like, this is worth it, bro. And to get the mindset to these kids to pivot and to start, wanting more for themselves, it's like that's priceless, bro. So it's like it's dope because I could see it all grow. I could see like all the people that were volunteering to help me in the beginning, they're all getting paid now. They're working for us full time, and they earn their spot at the facility. We got a full facility over there. Everybody working. We got cooks. We got people that mentor them. We have people that drive them around, watch over them, take them to different trips, and then the kids are coming over. They're not kids; they're young adults. I don't want to smoke with them. They don't like when I call them kids. I don't mean to. They're young. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm older, but they they're coming through, man. And I look at them like little brothers now, So I got a lot of love for them, and now to see that happen and how the snowball effect happened and it's getting bigger and bigger, it's like, damn, it was worth it, Like, definitely wasn't prepared for it, but what are you prepared for? You're never prepared, So I just took it and went for
Roll
it.
with the punches.
Yeah, and like the pizzeria, same thing, bro. My boy was going through a rough spot. I know him as a chef and running a successful business, and he hit a speed bump, bro, like everybody does. And I was like, hey, bro, if you need something, let me know. and he was just, let's talk, let's hang out real quick. I seen him, he wasn't in a good spot, and I was like, bro, we got to get a pizza place going again, bro. I know you as, Chef Lev, not, not chef like be on some, depressed shit,
Mhm.
like. So we talked to my buddy Todd, and one thing led to another, and boom, ongoing, whole place running, bro. And we're like killing it right now. We're like busy, bro, packed out, and like
Okay.
everybody knowing about it and everyone loving it. And this is like, it's amazing, man. I look at the opportunities that come, and I just take them on, and just I don't look at no, I don't look at it like again, like I won't look at it like a failure. If anything happens, I look at it a life lesson. So it's like a going
Definitely.
there so positive, and I think the mindset of it really helps me just get a hold of it and let it blow up. Like right now, it's running, bro. It's going great. Same with the facility, and I don't have to be over there looking over it, So it worked out.
Fucking A, Mikey.
Yeah, it's
You have
nuts.
a full hand.
Yeah, bro. It's
Like it.
busy. No
It's
sleep. All the look at the walls, work more, no days off, bro. This is just how it goes down. But I feel like a lot of people underneath my belt, and I'm not gonna let nobody down over some, a couple hours of shut eye. You know what
yeah.
I mean? I get my time where I could relax. I get my time where I could take a break. But right now, it's not that time.
Right now, I just wanna make sure that it's whatever needs to be done, it has to be addressed and move
Yeah,
forward.
hundred
Whenever it's your
percent,
time,
bro.
then it's your time.
Yeah, bro. But
Yeah.
it's like everything's to a really great cause right now. So it's like it's bigger than me, and I understand that. So for me to be blessed and be put in this position where I'm at with everything that I have going on, I couldn't hold all this to myself, So I feel like
You
us
sharing.
giving back and us, working with probation and more jobs in the city and helping out the youth, it's great, bro. It's amazing to be able to say that I'm doing that. So eventually everything will pay off, but at the moment I'm just grateful for it to be running.
That part.
You
Well,
know.
congratulations with all of that.
Thanks.
How did the dirtbag name came out? If you don't mind me asking.
So yeah, so Dirtbags is if you're from the city, you already know what's up. But if you're not from the city, Dirtbags was the college baseball team. They were known for as the underdogs. And back in the day,
Hmm.
yeah, they were young, holding it down, and they went like on a winning streak. Wouldn't wash their jerseys. They started calling them Dirtbags. So it was like it's like a to me I look at it like deeper where it is these underdogs came through this young underdog came through, holding it down for the city, you know, not the freshest, not the cleanest, but held it down and conquered, So it's a Long Beach thing that I grew bigger than that, So now it's Dirtbags California. Before we were just Dirtbags, and now we call it Dirtbags California because we're holding it down for for Cali and it's with the underdogs that came through and won, bro. So that's just kind of the meaning behind Dirtbags.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Going through the motorcycle changes, from when you started, right? Things were not the same. It was just pretty simple setup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just your bars and fucking maybe a couple of big wheels. But from that point over, at what stage did that change to what it is today?
It was I know exactly when it changed, bro. And it was a guy named Jerry that's a really, really good friend of mine's now. He is a customer that came in and Jerry runs a big company that drills into the earth for high skyscrapers and buildings, So he came in here and trusted me with a full bike bill with really not a budget and let me work my magic for the first time. Because I really couldn't do it myself. I didn't have money for myself to do what I really wanted to do. He came in, real cool, humble guy, and he
Hmm.
was just like, "Hey, like I see what you're doing right now. Like I want to build a badass bike. Like I know you got it in you. You tell me what it is." And he was like, don't charge me too much money, but make your money and let's do something badass. And I built a sick ass Road King, bro, all turbo, draped out, like
Sheesh.
beautiful motorcycle, and it's you can see a little bit on that poster that one right there. The girl
Okay.
that's sitting on it. I'll show
Yeah.
you a picture of it, but it was just this badass bike that came out. We won the international motorcycle show with it, and and then from there, like it got recognized, and like it started like then I started getting hit up for the big bills, But it was just that one big cool bill that cost a lot of money hit and blew up, and then you start getting hit up. Hey, man, I want something like this. I want something like this, and no problem, no
It blew
problem.
up.
So it was cool. Like it was the little stages of blowing up, you know, but that was like the point where we went from like your regular spoke wheels and handlebars and exhaust to like, hey, I can build you a full bike, you
That
know.
custom made stuff.
Yeah, it was just waiting for that right customer to walk in
Yes,
and
sir.
allow me to go crazy with it. And he's like, he's cool. We're still buddies to this day, man. I'm
That's
building
dope.
bikes all the time. Like he's like, we're actually building him a car right now. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's the one that I appreciate him dearly as a customer and a friend, and I'm cool with his kids now. Like it's crazy, but he's the one that basically like put me on, bro.
Put you on the maps.
Yeah, yeah, he put me on the map. Like
That's
that
dope.
was the one that put me on the map, and then the Kingtail right here, the first Kingtail that we built, that one was like big dual rims front and back. You know, I built them in different, different kind of ways, performance or classic or flashy, and like that one hit the Mayan TV show and blew up even more. But that was our turning point, like that first crazy full build.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
Well, congratulations, Mikey.
thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Been a long ways, brother. You deserve
Yeah,
that. You
definitely
deserve the fruits and, making the best out of it at the end of the day.
appreciate it.
If there's any one of the viewers that they want to reach out to you for a build, what would be the best way to do that?
Just anyway, bro. You could walk. The best way to do it is to call the shop and schedule a meeting with me. That's gonna be like your ultimate way to get in the door.
Hmm.
Like if you schedule a meeting to walk in for a build, like that's when I'll take the time. We get calls all day long, emails all day long about building bikes, and they want numbers, and it's like I can't just give you a number
Correct.
because I need to know what do you want exactly and how much in-depth detail you want. So the numbers fluctuate
Hmm.
crazy. You could have like a basic build that looks like you got 20 grand into it, or you got one that has 120 grand into it. It's hard for me to give numbers. It's simple, bro. It's not like it's difficult to come through here. You call here, you're gonna get treated with respect. I
That
don't
part.
care if you don't have if you got zero money. If you can walk through the doors, I don't care if you got zero money in your pocket, but you're gonna get treated with respect over here. And we're very, very like open to the public where you could just walk inside of here, check out our bills. You don't gotta buy shit. Say what's up,
Hmm.
I'll take a picture with anybody, handshake with everybody.
Fuck yeah.
You come in here with respect and love, bro, we're gonna show it right back. So,
Yes, sir.
more than welcome to walk in the door. Come check out our shop. If you want a tour, just request one, they'll tour you, you know what I mean? But if you want to build too, you just come on down, say what's up, or you reach out, you're not local, you want to build. Um, I'm gonna make you still come down. Like I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, you want me to take a year of and build you something? Like you could take a day to fly down here,
Hmm.
and let's just talk, and that I'll take you out to dinner. I'll pick you up from the airport. So I always prefer us to meet and come down. So, but it's easy to get a hold of me, bro. Like it's easy to see me on the street all day long. I'm either right here or at Dirty Pepperoni. Like you're gonna catch me in between. So it's super simple to get a hold of me.
That's right. Anything else you want to add up?
Um, your family, how have they been involved, and how have they helped you? Have they
Yeah,
been there? How has your
yeah,
family like been involved?
yeah, yeah. The family. I felt like was always supportive. They were always supportive. My mom's always holding it down. She always like, you need something. Like my brothers are always, showing love. They don't really ride no more, but they always, they always have my back, and they're always giving me my flowers. So it's dope to have a supportive family. They're always been, always had my back. If I need something, because it's not always rainbows and sunshine over here. Sometimes I'll run out of money and I have no money for the mortgage, bro. Like that shit happens. So it's cool to have a big bro. Like, hey, bro, I need like 10 grand for my mortgage like yesterday. Like, I'll pay you back in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like that shit happens. And uh, it's cool to be able to do that. When I first opened up my spot, like I had money, I had a little bit of money,
Hmm.
and I had to borrow 5K from my family to get the whole thing going. And they shot it, let me do it, and was able to get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy, like how they had my back so long. My grandmother, rest in peace, she's the one on the wall right there. Someone painted outside. She raised me. She is always like always supported all my dreams. You could do it. You got it. You could do it. These are so nice. Your bikes. Like keep doing what you're doing. Like it was cool to see the supportive, you know, through all of this. No one said that this was going to be a dumb idea. You know what I mean? No one said like get a real job. You
Yeah.
know, it was always all love. It was never a doubt in their mind that this wasn't going to succeed. You know, so it's dope to have that type of backing.
Going through reminiscing with all your experiences in life and your goals and all of the above, how is if there was an advice that you will share to the young kid when he started his business,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Let's say you're having a sit down with the young kid and he asks you for an advice. What would be the advice that you will share to that young kid?
Don't be scared to fail, and you got to start, because once you start, you know, it's the beginning of your journey, and it's not going to be easy. It's not like, I tell them all. I even to the youth, I go, it's not going to be sunshines and rainbows. It's going to be a difficult road, but every step forward is gonna count for you. And I tell them, it's either going to be a hard ass life doing what you don't want, or a hard ass life doing what you're going to do.
Hmm.
And it's and like I say, well, let me start say it over again. Edit. I always tell them it's gonna be a hard life, no matter if you're walking, downhill or uphill. It's gonna suck.
Yes,
So
sir.
you might as well make the best of it and do what you want to do and love what you do. I say get your passion, follow it, and work on it every single day. You have people that are not succeeding because they're not working on it every single day. And you could take a break here and there, but work on it, work on it, work on it. Even if it's that baby step, you don't see something, but every single day moving forward, it's going to create something. You're going to make a wave. Think in your mind, this is going to happen, and it's going to happen, bro. Like this, I manifest everything I do. I already speak it into existence, bro, and it happens. It works. I just don't stop. I don't look at failure as an option. I keep pushing forward. And this is what I have accomplished by doing that. I wasn't the smartest person in school, bro. Like I struggle with reading and writing to this day. It's just the mindset that I have is I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna give it my all. Chin up, chest out. I might cry in the car, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna keep going, keep going,
For
keep
sure.
going. And that's what I tell you every single day. Don't stop, keep pushing. And like sky is the limit, bro. Like I would never think. To this day, I still trip out on the shit I do, but I don't get comfortable and I keep pushing, and it's just whatever you want, it's possible, and there's nothing that's going to be in your way beside yourself. So if you gotta keep growing. The friends are not always going to stick there. The girls are not always going to stay. You know what I mean? Not everyone's going to believe in you, and not everyone's going to support you or cheer you on, but you gotta do it for yourself.
That part.
So as long as you're cheering yourself on every single day and keep pushing for that goal, it's gonna get accomplished. So, I'm a proven fact, bro. Like all I did was just keep doing what I wanted to do and keep pushing for what I didn't want to go work for somebody. I wanted to build motorcycles for a living. And I just didn't stop, bro. So like if you're out there and you got a dream, I don't care what it is, you keep pushing till you get there and don't stop. And you will reach that goal, bro.
Fucking A.
Definitely,
Mikey,
brother.
highly appreciate it. Thank you
Definitely,
for the
brother.
wise words.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for congratulations for what you
Thank you.
created,
Appreciate it.
business and all of the above, you know what I mean? You
Much
deserve
love, brother.
much credit.
Yeah, I wish you success, man. If you guys are not subscribing right now, man, subscribe. Follow
Highly
the follow
appreciate
the
it.
dream. Support this. Repost it. You know what I mean? Not even my video. Repost his other videos. Show love. It doesn't hurt, and it doesn't cost anything to support one another, man. So it should be all love and support going forward with everybody in the mindset.
Yes,
You
sir.
want to grow. You want to succeed. You gotta support everybody and be positive, and
Yes, sir.
it'll bounce back. But I wish you success, brother.
Highly
Appreciate
appreciate
your
it.
time too,
Mikey,
man.
thank
Thanks
you.
for coming down.
And like I always
You guys
says,
behind the camera as well, man. You're doing your thing. You know what I mean? Keep pushing, man. I love what you guys are doing.
fucking A. Thank you, Mikey. Like I
Definitely,
always say, people will respect you as much as you respect yourself.
definitely.
Keep make the best out of it. Until the next one.
See you guys.